to the undeniable and factual learning world of accounting with a new episode in my channel. Today I am going to explore a very common, interesting, fascinating and considerable interrogatory which has come to your questions paper and exam script in several times to a greater extent. I think all of you have already got it. Yes, the topic is the accounts which will not be included in trial balance. First of all, I will write the formula on board and you will have to practice and memorize if you want to learn within a bit moment. With the view of my points, it might not have more than 2 or 3 minutes. So let's get back started to our lesson. Before starting to write, I am now telling the business faculty students and all of my viewers again, not only I will write the formula, but also I will make understand to you with some basic example. Now let's have a look on that topic here, the accounts which will not be included in trial balance. So first one, opening balance. Opening balance of assets and liabilities. So here opening I mean the first date of the year or the starting period of a business. For an example, cash in hand 01/01/2019. Here 01/01 I mean the first date of the year and cash in hand is one kind of current asset. The topic has been written here, the opening balance of asset and liabilities will not be included in trial balance. So cash in hand is one kind of current asset and it has an opening balance. That's why it will not be included here definitely. But the main reason behind it, each and every organization has to calculate their asset, liabilities, income, expense as well as equity after a certain period of time. I mean the last date of the year. That's why the opening balance will not be included. Next one, closing stock of goods. Remember the students very carefully. This closing I mean the last date of the year and stock I mean one kind of goods or inventory, the synonym of it. If you find like this, for an example, stock 31st/12/2019 in your questions paper. So here the 31st I mean last date of the year and stock I mean one kind of inventory or goods. If you find this in your questions paper, it will definitely not be included in trial balance because here has been written the topic and also formula. This closing stock of goods will not be included in trial balance. So that is the closing balance of the stock. Clear? Okay. Next one, contingent liabilities. So there is not necessary to having any debt here. So contingent liability, what does contingent liability mean? There is some possibility, impossibility, certainty or uncertainty. I mean there is a confusion or in a dilemma. Is it one kind of liability or not? But you can ask me, sir, how it will come in your questions paper? Don't worry about this. This word or this sentence will come in your question paper just this way only. Okay, so just remember these 3 things again. I am telling you, opening balance of asset and liabilities, closing stock of goods and contingent liabilities will not be included in trial balance. Now let's have a look some basic example, my dear viewers. Because I have said it before or a few minutes back, I will definitely show up you some example which account will not be included in trial balance. Here cash in hand 01/01/2019, here cash in hand 31st/12/2019, opening bank balance, closing bank balance, opening stock, closing stock, bank overdraft 1st January, bank overdraft 31st December, stationery 1st January, stationery 31st/12/2019. A plethora of information are available here. You will have to find out with me which account will include in trial balance and which account will not include here. Before practicing, just remember and try to understand these 3 formula. Number 1, opening balance of asset and liabilities, closing stock of goods, and contingent liabilities. Okay, last one is cancel. These two items you will just remember and recollect. Now, look at this pair. Cash in hand 0101, I mean first date of an asset. Here the last date of an asset. Now look at the formula. Opening balance of asset. Here the opening balance of asset will not include. Clear? Then closing balance will definitely come. Next one, opening bank balance. You know bank balance is what kind of asset. So opening bank balance will not include and closing bank balance will definitely count. Okay. Here opening stock and closing stock. Look at the formula. Closing stock of goods will not include in trial balance. So closing stock will not include here, opening balance will come. Next pair, bank overdraft first and bank overdraft last date. Look, bank overdraft is one kind of liability. So here, look, opening balance of asset and liabilities. Opening balance, find out the opening balance. This one is called opening balance and it will definitely not include in trial balance. So 31st will include here. Last of all, stationery first, stationery 31st. Look, where is the stationery here? In this formula, I have written closing stock of goods. So stationery is one kind of goods. So here closing stock of goods, I mean the closing date will not include in trial balance and opening stationery will definitely include in trial balance. I think all of you have already got it. Now we will try to solve a practical problem on how we will practice and present on our exam script. Okay. Now dear viewers, here is the practical problem and it will also have on the screen. Just watch and learn very sincerely on how to solve these creative questions. Before starting, you will have to sort out that particular topic which was written on whiteboard a few minutes back. I mean the accounts which will not be included in trial balance. At first, look at the creative questions. Here is a trial balance and a practical problem, but not necessary to read this because after getting the questions paper, we will just go through the three requirements what has been written here. Number A, calculate the amount of those accounts which will not be included in trial balance. Okay, we have already got it, but not necessary to go through for B and C. First, write the topic sentence here. A, calculating the accounts which will not include in trial balance. Okay, now make a code that contains three columns and there is also an ending line you can provide here. Okay, 1, 2 and 3 columns, and first one is particular. Here is amount taka. Now I will go through the questions from here. Stock 1st January, capital, purchase, sales, debtor, creditor, office expense, bills payable, stock 31st December, stationery, cash in hand 1st January, furniture, bank balance 31st December, and advance apprenticeship premium. There is a lot of our plethora information or the accounts are available here, but don't worry about this. Just remember these three consecutive lines what I have provided to you. I mean the formula number 1, opening balance of asset and liabilities, closing stock of goods, and contingent liabilities. Okay, leave it the third one. Just remember these two, opening balance of asset and liabilities and closing stock of goods. After getting the questions paper, you will just find out from this just opening and closing related word as well as date. Now this questions paper we can easily say Here is four accounts where the date is given. You don't need to sort out the another options after getting the necessary accounts. Okay, first one, stock 1st January 2017. No, we need to sort out the closing stock because we know closing stock will not include in trial balance. Next option, closing stock. Yes, we have already got it. Stock 31st December and 38,000. Now I am writing here stock 31st 12 2017. Here the amount is 38,000. Next option, cash in hand 1st January 2017. We know in our first formula we have said before the opening balance of asset and liabilities. So cash in hand is one kind of asset and it has an opening balance, so it will not be included here. Now I'm writing here cash in hand 01/01/2017 and the amount is 12,000. Last option, bank balance 31st December 2017. We know the opening balance of asset will not include, but the closing balance will include definitely. So these options will not include here. Okay, so after getting these two options, just add these two items. In total 50,000 in second column and the ending mark, the balancing sign. Okay, my dear learners and viewers, after completing and memorizing these three considerable and important formula, you can also try it at your home. I think all of you have already got a good benefit from this lesson. You can also try and you will be able to do this. In spite of this, after having any problem, you can write in my comment box and I will try to solve this practical problem. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, share and comment. Definitely subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon if you want to get a more updates video from my channel named Channel of Teaching Home. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe and keep the social distance.